Well, Ramey's a pretty open person, I'd like to say. He's a very open person who exists in a secret werewolf game that's set in Duluth, Minnesota, on the Sept of the Hearth Fire, which is, something of a contradiction. An open person in a secret game on a public platform. We're getting into some contradict deception. It's basically a contradiction sandwich because there's three factors going on here. But because he's an open person, he has his door open, sitting in his chair, and he is merrily playing probably some simple arpeggios on his guitar. Like not a real song, just some arpeggios. Some fun tunes for people to hear. This makes him the easiest fucking person to find in the building. All you have to do is follow the guitar.
That is very true. So, sure enough, sooner or later, Charlotte will come snooping. And by snooping, I mean just kind of casually walking into the public housing, because she does that with some level of frequency, and probably eventually following the music down the hall. And to that very particular doorway, kind of popping a lean on the door frame, kind of glancing in.
Guitar music stops.
Sharing with the world?
As always. What am I gonna do for you, Ryan?
Had a thought.
Care to share with me? Or...
I could. It is kind of instrumental to conveying the thought to you. It takes a glance around. Come on, let's walk and talk.
Ramey puts away the guitar.
She is surprised that he puts away the guitar.
He follows you out, closes his door. Locks it this time. Sorry, Wilhelm.
So yeah, totter out with him. Just kind of head down towards the lake, because you know what? She doesn't always know whether someone's listening, but she can at least pick who's listening at any given point. As long as she's smart enough to go to the right place. So yeah, it's just a saunter down by the water.
Well, this sounds serious.
Oh yeah, so serious that I'm going to talk about it openly at the lakeside. Probably plunks herself down. Finds herself a good spot. Maybe a bench.
You must have a great deal of faith invested in Lily Trimbuson, then.
Of course.
I don't know the history, so I will take it as you say it.
Well, it does start with things like growing up in their home. She gets a glance at the cabin, and ends with what I like to think is a pretty strong alliance between our packs. So
that would do it.
There's not a lot of things I have to say that I imagine I'd have a problem with Lily hearing. So quirks a grin. Though it does do the heart good to see that you're picking up on who can hear what where.
Well, blind ragabash tends to turn into a very dead one, so while I understand the glory of battle and the good death, would like to lead something of a life beforehand.
It's a thought. Then yeah, she'll take casual glances as they've been coming over, to see just who all's at the lakeside, who's how far down the way. Just because, voices do tend to travel over water, so she wants to make sure that she pitches accordingly.
You probably see some deer just working. Probably see Haley and Charles. They're obviously going somewhere. They've got things over their shoulder. You see Zori and a few of kinfolk walking by. You know what I mean?
Just kind of day-to-day activities. Are Haley and Charles arguing over bait yet?
No, they're actually following Zori along. It looks like they're heading into the Forgotten Rune of Color and Happiness.
Oh boy. Yeah, she just kind of looks like, oh, never thought she'd see Charles there, but so be it. He's headed that way. So, current events being what they are, I'm worried.
We are all very worried. There are many cataclysms about us.
There are just cataclysm upon fucking cataclysm. It's like, I don't know, watching Buffy. Saved the
Not to
world from ending only
mention,
3 times now.
there's a certain amount of nervousness in myself to ensure that Annie Redmond's well treated and taken care of, that I get to know her.
I don't have a moment's doubt that you will. You're pretty good people.
She's a very bright young woman. I never went to college. She did. Has a degree.
Most of us weren't able to go to college.
Yes.
So it's not exactly like you're starting at less than anyone else.
No, it's just she has a lot of passion for what she learned. It's very nice to listen to her talk about it.
What'd she get her degree in?
Horticulture.
Really?
Really.
I glanced over. What?
To the point where if she genuinely wanted to, she could more than likely like run a business focused on that kind of thing.
Yeah, well, damn.
Yeah. If she put her mind to it, maybe got a few years of experience, I could easily see her running a landscaping business, seasonal but lucrative. And like I said, she has a very obvious passion for it. She's still quite nervous, understandable in her circumstances, but when she gets on that particular topic, it's like I'm speaking to a different woman. It's wonderful to see. She sounds happy.
I mean, I feel like she could do a lot better than landscaping. She kind of turns a grin aside. Anyone who knows how to run a lawnmower and a weed whacker and the proper tools can do landscaping. She's probably got up a lot of promise,
Yes,
though.
but there's there's a difference between just putting a pen on paper and drawing a circle and making it into something.
Okay. I mean, I'm
I'm
glad you've
sorry,
had time to
Raya.
sit and talk with her.
I don't mean to quibble with you over the concept of art. You brought me here for a reason.
I did. I absolutely did. So, I've been trying to get to the bottom of a lot of things. And at this point, I can account for a lot of people. I've got a lot of good, strong connections on Sept. But there are some people that I just don't have that connection to. There's some people I'm not on the best of standings with. And thankfully, in this case, you are.
Mm-hmm.
The formal talk of allying Pax aside, Abel and I haven't been seeing eye to eye for a while.
Nor is he particularly pleased with me right now. I'm. It's typical. No one swore any oaths, but I told him some things he did not want to hear. Natural for Ragabash,
Oh,
yes?
yeah, that'll do it. I hope it's
No,
not sticking harder than it
as you
should.
can see, he he did his best to, you know, contain his rage in the moment and departed, which that mercy alone tells me that yes, he will in time forgive me for my impertinence.
So, my main concern is that there may be people that Abel's seeing that are gonna make his problems worse. Like, he's always been loud. That's just who he is. I never hated him for just being loud in himself. But the signs of cruelty that he's showing, it's. I'm worried that it's being encouraged. I'm worried about the people he's seeing offside, out of the public eye. And if I knew who he was talking to, who he was going to meet, who he was going to see, there might be some way to talk him back around. There might be some way to help him back out of the hole. But as long as there's someone who's handing him a shovel and saying, no, no, you could get somewhere way better if you just keep digging, there's not a lot I can do.
So what do you want me to do?
I need to know who he's seeing off the books. I mean, I know he's still accomplishing things. There's the mission that you went on when you first came. That was. She just kind of raises the eyebrows, displays the hands. Undeniably successful. But I'm still worried that there's someone starting to try to set strings and pull them.
You do realize you're effectively asking me to spy on him.
I do. You don't have to tell me what he talks to them about. You don't have to tell me things that aren't suited for me to know. Things that are none of my goddamn business, especially as a Trimbuson. That's. Well, pardon, especially as a non-Ulrichson. Especially as a non-Get. I'm not asking you to feed me everything that happens. But I'm worried. And I can't ask him. And honestly, at this point, I don't know anyone who can. Not get an honest answer.
I want to make something very clear to you, Raya. You may be an Adrian, but I am an Olsen. I would sooner let you torture me to death than betray a member of the Ulrichsen household. I
I'm
will
not
not
asking you
hand
to
you
betray
something that
him.
I think will hurt him.
I'm not asking for that. I'm not trying to hurt Abel. With any luck, I'm trying to save him.
As it so happens, you and I have a shared concern and goal, because I too have noticed some troubling behavior, and from what little I know of this place and its denizens and its people, I would rather a rising Abel be more of a sky ripper, sans the oath breaking.
Quirks a smile.
He's very famous, you know.
It's the way here.
His slaying of the Black Blade had reached last flame when I was there.
Well, they're allies to our sect. I'd hope so.
Oh yes, it was a. I'm sure it had been through a dozen different galliards by the time I heard it, but it was a song fraught with heroism and glory, great peril. It was quite a thing to listen to, and I was sober.
You should try asking one of the Galliards that was there. I'm sure it'll be 10 times as much.
Oh, I damn well should.
You
Yes.
damn well should.
Just like I'm gonna put 50 cents in the swear jar. You know, it's nearly full.
I do bring that out in people. It's just sage nods.
It is nearly full, and I'm going to have to pick a kinfolk to give it to.
What?
That's what I do when the swear jar fills. I pick a kinfolk. I give it to them.
Do you at least convert it to cash first, or do you just literally give them a jar full of change? I mean, you're a ragabash, so it's kind of toss up either way.
I'm a ragabash, not a jackass. Of course I convert it to cash.
She kind of starts snickering. Because I'm sorry, but the personal, mental image of him walking up to some really confused kinfolk and handing them like a 8-ton jar of change is amazing.
Okay. I want you to understand that this is going to be something protracted and may run into issues given our public association.
I imagine that'll be a hitch, yes. Which is
And
ironic, considering the deal's heavy.
hmm, frankly, if more important things such as this spiritual issue, the ongoing war, or that other thing we spoke about come up, I'm going to have to prioritize them first.
Obviously.
But what I'm going to do now that we understand each other and you understand my limits, it's very kind of you for not striking me,
I don't see
is
where it
I'm
would
going
get
to
me
get up
anywhere
and I'm
to
going to
strike
go
you.
see what those three are doing. I'm going to get a Fenrecept and I was being lippy.
I have had a lot of people be a lot lippier, and I kind of like your face the shape it's in. So, no.
Ah, doesn't matter, I can regenerate.
It still hurts.
Yes,
Just shrugs.
absolutely. But I'm also a get Fenris.
You are. I'd rather hurt your feelings in your face.
Remember,
Reaches over, pats his cheek.
that is not the Fenrir way.
I'm not a
We punch
Fenrir.
faces, not hearts. Ugh.
I
Oh.
know. It's absolutely
Oh.
scandalous.
I'm scandalized.
You should be.
I'm going to go take that scandal and go see what those three are doing because that is how these things tend to work.
Hmm. If you do find out whatever happened to that alliance we all agreed to, that'd be great to know too. That's not even. Well, I hope it's not a secret. Jesus.
It's better I follow for a while and just experience living
Oh
with
yeah.
them.
No, you
Things will
take
come in time.
this at your own speed, pace, and trend, as it were.
Mm-hmm. Amy gets up.
Yep. She just does a little finger waggle like, yes, you do that.
And he will begin to trail after the two Aruns and the Haley.
It's not long before they just one of them looks over. They stop. Charles has got the crate. It's pretty obvious that's beer over his shoulder. L'Oreal will just turn. No, her head doesn't do the owl like 360 turn. No, that would just creep Ruben the fuck out.
That'd be fucking scary as shit.
No, no.
Roll for Fox Frenzy.
But she does look at you though. Like she does. Her body does turn pretty lightning quick. Like, oh,
Remy waves.
yeah, she whispers something into like Haley, and Haley just gives her the little woo. Um, and then yeah, no, you walk up on them. They kind of stop because you're there in front of them.
Hello, fellows, Raya.
Hello. Hello.
How are we all
Helen.
today?
Helen Charles give the nod. Oh, we're good. We're just going for a little thing.
Going for a thing, you say?
Yeah,
Might need a lot of beer.
it is. Yes.
I like beer.
Yeah, I'll just look at you. It isn't not something that you can do a secret handshake to get in. You just keep walking. She means the
Meaning,
alien. She means it's not like you have to have a password, that type of thing. She's turning to walk as well. Charles will look over. She means follow us, fuckstick. Smirking.
oh, fuckstick, my heart. After you
That's
used my
Zori speak.
shampoo.
That was Zori's language, not mine. As he's walking.
Or
Here,
by your
there is
very
there is
lips.
there is beer. There is your compensation. Takes out one of the bottles and hands it over.
Yeah, Raimi cracks it open, starts drinking it.
Haley's already drinking one of them. Yeah, those Charlie boys translating Zori and swearing.
I can see that.
Does it when he gets a bit of alcohol. He's a devil for the drink, as they say.
Ooh,
But he's not an
Charles.
alcoholic. It's a very important. Hey, hey, hey! He's not an alcoholic.
I mean, we're Gru. We're all heavy drinkers.
Yes, yes, we are. So that's silver fan. Do you know what I mean?
If anyone ever doubted,
Oh, how
oh,
dare!
how
How
dare!
dare! Zori's just owl bopping, and she takes a bottle of beer as well.
This is the second time where Raimi's had to reflect that that's a big woman.
Ties up some of her dreadlocks in a knot, a little ball. And you arrive at the forgotten ruin of color and happiness. It's very
He's
colorful.
still every fucking time. It's like blah.
Color! Get a Fenris man. Color! Ugh.
Where are the muted grays, the furs, the occasional blue?
Instead, there is this. And they have a small little ramp as well that's got like spray paint all over it. Looks like they graffitied the shit out of it.
Yeah, it's still a sight to behold. Raimi always just appreciates taking it in.
You see some kinfolk there. They're kind of lazing around, really. It's kind of lost some of its pristine shine since Jasmine is missing from it. She was one of the main proprietors of this, but people still keep it going, obviously, mainly because she would. Um, you hear some like heavy metal music, or there's very like airy fairy music. It's like a mix of the two. It's very surfer music, actually. You see Abel there as well. He's sitting up against one of the ramps, watching people pass by.
Looks around, he's just following the group at this point.
Melanie is there as well, so she's probably up with Abel. They're like passing each other like cigarettes essentially, and uh, Charles will walk up to Abel. Here you are, Alpha, as requested. The Corona, plonking it down. All right, shit, about fucking time.
And Raimi, as though this was normal, just sits down.
Looks like leans back. Finally, they all just plop down and start drinking. Zori takes out one of the skateboards and starts going up along the ramp.
This has captured Raimi's attention because it's movement.
We'll give a standard roll. See how she does. She's got that athletic ability on it. Oh, her dex athletics is that. Yeah, she's not too bad. Skids along it, I'm not pulling off all these wild shits and all that, but she's got the good balance and good posture and grinds along it. They all sit there drinking away, chattering. So what does Remy
Remy
do?
will listen. He will listen. He wants to hear what they idly chatter about.
They're like, you'll hear Abel go, hey Charles, you see that fucking? You hear that we got Perfectly back? Yup. Good thing they're fucking back. That's mean there's a lot of that. There's a lot of chatting about things they plan to do, things they're talking about. Which kinfolk looks the prettiest? There's two guys there. Haley contributes with her bold narrowness, which is just always comedy gold. She's like, oh sure, buy her flowers. I'll get you some from the trash can. You know what I mean? And all that sort of stuff. Zori is doing her own thing, but Melanie chimes in with a few like who's this person is. They seem to chat about like everything. Music, bullshitting. Remember that time that Charles fell down the well? Remember that time Abel did that? Remember that? You know what I mean? They seem like a solid group of friends, really.
Okay. That's the thing about listening in is you could probably do this for hours and get nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, there is the mention of Cassie, but that kind of gets a bit awkward. But they do kind of laugh and joke about the good times when she remember when Zoe tried to put her on the skateboard and she fell, and they all have a good laugh about the face she made and all that. But it's a very somber thing when Cassie's mentioned.
Just leans into Haley. Cassie?
Oh, then it just takes a long swig. That was the Phyllodox. She was one of the pack. She died not too long ago.
Huh.
She when we took out one of the spirals, Cassie took a hell of a hit, and yeah, she didn't make it.
Death in battle, I see.
She went out pretty hardcore. She yeah, takes a drink. It was pretty rough going for everybody.
I can imagine losing one's packmate is
Oh,
no small thing.
me and Charles were about a month in, and Cassie was good people. She stuck by me, and even though she was a menace, she was pretty good with Charles too. And I heard from a lot of people she's pretty well respected, even for a menace.
It's also no small feat.
I mean, she was still a cliff, but I got the impression is she was waiting for all of us to get fostering, so she'd go for it.
Hmm.
She didn't want anyone being outranked by a menace in her pack.
Oh, certainly sorry for your loss.
I mean, it's sad. I think she just her over idling. The other two took it a bit hard, Zori especially. They were kind of like a pair, if you get me.
Close, I take it.
Like Abel and Ragnar? Not Abel and Ragnar, Abel and Bone, sorry. Jesus, what the fucking beer.
Bones and Ragnar.
Yeah.
But I get it.
Imagine that, amplified, and with a lot more adorable owl moments.
That is.
They're like Pinky in the Brain.
Or at least they were.
Yeah. She took it pretty harshly.
Sorry, I don't mean to drag you through painful memories.
You're good, you're good. That's how it is. Cassie was one hell of a lady, so I just remember, doing the good things. Besides, she got to. I think it was better for her to go out like that.
A lot of good offenders to share that opinion, yes.
I mean, considering what was wrong with her, so it was actually good. It was good.
All right.
It was just she had battle wounds, and sometimes the battle wounds, they fuck with your head.
Considering I have one myself, I can understand.
Yeah, well, there's some opinions about that, but it's all ancient history now. Really, it kind of lies with the dead, if you get what I'm saying.
Not much to do after someone dies, no.
It's just still there, though. It's like I said, I wouldn't know much. I just know the history.
Right.
I don't know how they still feel, but I just know what happened. You know.
How have you all been doing since mission at that train yard?
Ah, we're good. Enjoying ourselves. Happy that Perfectly's back. Trying to get involved in as much action as we can. You know, the clear life, really.
Given that I'm effectively packless, I know that all too well.
I mean, it's just living a day. I mean, I saw you with Charlotte, so you're obviously not doing that too bad there, eh, Remy Rem? Eh? Eh?
Oh, I'm on good terms with a lot of people.
I see you too. You're like something. You're like, you just fit.
Peanut butter and jelly.
No, you're not peanut butter and jelly yet. You're not a pack yet. Then you'd be peanut and jelly. You're like avocado and strudel.
You have avocado with strudel.
Of course they do have avocado. Who the fuck doesn't have avocado? It's fancy, but it's strudel as well.
Well, I mean, pardon my southwestern tendencies, but I have
So,
yet to experience avocado and strudel.
well, maybe you should hang around Charlotte more. I hear she's got avocado by the bucket loads. Takes another long swig.
I have yet to see a single avocado in Charlotte's
Well, have you asked her about the avocado?
possession.
Because I haven't. She gives me plenty of avocado.
I have not asked her about the avocado. I don't often ask people for food. I mentioned cheese to Charles once, and he gave me the most shocked expression. The most shocked expression, Charles.
I love my cheese. It takes easy swig. I all the time ask about avocado. That's how you know a person if they got avocado. You know what type of person they are. And
The
speaking of which, she reaches into her bag and takes out this little like avocado.
huh.
That's got little pieces of pop noodle in it.
Well, damn. There
It's
isn't an
really,
avocado.
it's really nice. Here, I made this pop noodle thing. Charles is like, don't drink it. You know what I mean? Just to show you, just a quick shake of the head, like, oh no.
You know what? Raimi will accept what is offered.
Remy, that is a trial to even taste, let alone swallow.
It doesn't matter. She offered it in good faith.
You just take that taste, you're like, oh,
Oh.
oh,
Uh,
oh.
oh. Hear about anything coming up?
Ah, the wormholes do that. I'm helping the theaters with theaters things, all that theater life. They're looking for ways to get him a bit more trapped in the city, and who better knows a city like me? And the Glasswalkers, obviously, but bleh, I'm better.
Of course.
Glasswalkers only look for the fancy things, like an avocado. I look for the trash. Everybody does forgets about the trash.
Hmm. Well, Haley, I'll put it this way. I've known theurges, but you guys get deep into your craft, and it sounds like Greek to me.
Ah, it's okay. You're a ragabash. You usually sound like you're smooping and pooping anyway, so don't worry about it.
Do I look worried?
Yes,
Huh. Never. I would assume I'm in the company of friends, yes?
I mean, I don't know. I hear old Charles doesn't like you for the cheese joke. Smirking.
Charles is a man of great bearing. I'm sure he'll recover.
Eh, it's good for shrug. He's all right. He's just a bit sensitive about his cheese and his places. It's how Silverfangs be. Sensitive.
Sensitive, you say?
Every Silverfang's sensitive. Look at him. Sensitivity.
He looks at Charles.
He leans in, see how sensitive he is.
Oh, but it radiates off of him.
See? He'll be fine. Charles is just sitting there, drinking the beer, looking off.
Speaking of which, I don't know a whole lot about Melanie over there.
Oh, she's a silver fang for huge. She's so smart.
I mean, I know who she is, but personally, I've never heard her speak a word.
She speaks when she wants to speak. You know, she speaks to us. So if the pack has a problem with people, Melanie's the one who goes and smooths things over with a bottle of tequila and a nice silver fang biddies.
You are telling me that her primary method of negotiation is to gift people with bottles of tequila and show off her bosom.
Charles coughs into the beer. Looks over at Haley. She does not do that. Oh, come on. That kind of girl have a bit of fun. She totally shows him her biddies.
I have a feeling that if I asked her about that, that wouldn't go well for me.
Oh, she'd slap you within an inch of her life. She doesn't do punching. She slaps. She backhands you.
She slaps.
The Melanie
And this
slap is
is
a weird thing.
and this is felled, thoroughly grown warriors.
It doesn't knock them out, but it sends them back to the childhood, Remy. That one slap reminds him of Siggy Orgson. Slap.
I mean, I'm not sure that would send someone back to their childhood, but
I mean, I'd be terrified if Siggy Orgson was my childhood. Takes a second drink of her beer.
I wouldn't be so sure about saying that so close to one of her blood children.
I mean, Abel's not going to say anything. He's too busy being Abel. He looks over Abel as being Abel.
Perhaps, but still, are they on good terms?
Who?
Abel and his mother.
Why'd you want to know that there, Remjob?
I'm curious about everything, Haley.
Oh, well, why don't you go ask the man himself there, Remjob? Remy Job?
Oh,
Remy?
oh, and if I happen to strike a nerve,
Wait, you're the
what will
ragabash,
become
Remjob.
of me?
Remjob, you're the ragabash. You're loud. I'm of age. I can't say anything. Takes a sip of her beer, looking off.
Oh, I strike a
No.
nerve, and then what happens?
Well,
Broken.
then you both get offenders do the thing where you punch each other, and then you look at each other awkwardly, and then you hug each other, going, "I'm sorry, man. Don't worry about it." And you're like, "No
That
problem,
is
offenders, man."
okay. The hug part has never happened in the history of my
It
tribe.
happens. I'm telling you, it happens. Secretly,
It
you're
has
gonna secret
never
hug.
happened.
You're gonna do the secret hug later.
There's no hugging in the Get of Fenris.
There's
I'm,
always
I'm not,
hugging. There's always
I have
hugging. There's
I
always
have never
hugging.
seen a Get of Fenris hug someone. I've never seen a Get of Fenris
Yeah,
hug their
but
own wife.
you're never gonna admit it though, are you? No, but you hug.
I've literally never seen it happen. The hugging at the best, and this is like a funeral for a family member. There may be a brief, and I do mean brief, clasp of the shoulder.
Well, no, you're gonna fight each other, and then you're gonna look at each other all passionate, and you're gonna hug. You're a
Huh.
hugger, Remjob.
I have never hugged anyone in my life.
You look, you always squeezy. He like rubs his cheeks.
I've had significant others, and I've never hugged them.
Ah, bullshit. You always hug people. I can tell you got the hugging heart.
I've never hugged anyone ever.
You're made in this world for hugging, not killing, Remy.
I most certainly, in front of you, have killed people.
Oh yeah, but you're made for this for hugging. I'm telling you. I can see it all over your faces.
I assure you, I'm quite adept at the killing people.
I'm sure you are. Smiling. Even Charles is smiling.
Killing me, Smalls.
Oh, don't worry. Pretty soon you got back, Haley. Hug me.
I do not think that is what's going to happen.
Yeah, it is. No, I can tell. Haley
No.
knows when somebody needs a hug. Come on, Remy, bring it in. Opens her arms.
Nope.
She's so dirty.
No,
She's so dirty, Remy.
There is no hugging that is going to occur.
Come on, Remy.
Either
Come on,
now,
Remy.
nope,
Bring it in.
nope.
Come on.
Gets up,
Charles,
nope.
Charles, help me out here. Come on, Remy. Bring it in.
There will be no hugging for this Get a Fenris.
He'll look over. Zori, Remy needs a hug. Oh.
What? Whoa, Raya? Raya?
Squeeze.
Oh,
Sorry, but
You know, there's little, you know, the thing that you see dogs do where they swish, 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 and then set you down. Yes.
I think that's the only hug I will ever require in my lifetime.
Yeah, she just trots off again.
And there she goes.
Oh, Zoe. Yeah. See? You made in this worth a hugging, Remy.
Oh, look at the. I mean, hugging and the compromise of my entire rib cage. Yes.
Oh, you'll be fine. Nobody saw Remy, don't worry.
But literally everyone saw.
Yeah, but it's Zoe,
Ab-
so you won't get mad.
Everyone saw the entire affair. Abel's laughing as we speak.
Oh, you'll be alright. She's smiling again. Even she's trying not to laugh.
Now look at the other two.
Abel is totally laughing.
Just slide on over. Ryaz, I trust your will.
Which one you signing over to? Abel, I'm assuming?
I mean, I assume he's next to Melanie with how they're split out.
Yes.
So he addresses them both.
Just switch photos here. Get my people. So, Abel. And Melanie. So yeah, no, yeah, they're both sitting near each other. They're chatting idly, you know what I mean, about certain things like, oh, yeah, I need you to do this for me. Yeah, cool, cool. I got this.
That's when he approaches. Ryaz, I trust your will.
Mel just looks up and gives the light, polite Silver Fang smile. And Abel's like, oh, yeah, no, we're fantastic. Remember?
Great, good. Any developments I should know about?
I mean, Wormflow's got something in the pot. We're trying to look into a few things, but you know what I mean? We're trying to figure out where to hit next, really.
All I do say, while I've appreciated the social call, I'm eager to get stuck back in.
Don't worry. It's coming. You know, considering Perfety's back, and now we got these people in the back foot, I reckon no offensive thing's going to be pretty much around the corner. We're getting word that their packs are spread out in some of the criminal aspects, like those biker gangs. So I'm going to go try and get my feet wet and see what happens.
I'm pretty eager to ride with you again.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, I'm always happy to help.
Of course. Kind of gets this look on his face. Have either of you been speaking to Oscar lately?
Looks at Melanie. Melanie has this very light accent. Little Oscar.
Yes.
Some.
Look, not the most sensitive soul on earth, but the last time I saw him, he was in a very bad way.
He's taken Jasmine's apprehension pretty seriously.
That's a lot of what I gathered.
I'll be having a talk with him soon. Nod.
All right.
We'll see how he's doing.
Not exactly, as you put it, well trained in handling these things amongst kin.
Nods. He's one of Zori's, and I will have a word with her and see what we can do. It's taken a toll on him, but we'll see.
All right, but if there's anything I can do.
Just nods. That's an appreciative help. gives a polite little
I
smile.
have to admit, I may have been the last man to see Jasmine before she was gone.
Well, at least she's still alive.
At least there's that.
So we'll get her back. It's just these things are always delicate, especially when kin is involved.
I'd assume so.
Wars are started over them, and we need them to reproduce, and, well, it's often a good leverage for a guru to use against.
Have you seen this kind of thing before?
More heard about it, or sometimes members of my house would have to negotiate over things or legitimacies. It's on an unfortunate part of the politics of the nation not many people like to talk about.
Right. I just, I was there with Abel when we recovered the other two.
I heard.
I mean, these people disgust me.
And so they should, but they are still members of the nation, so we have to play this a very delicate game.
I suppose you're right.
Because otherwise, well, you know how reputations are garnered, and I understand for the Get a Fenris perspective, there is strength, but we must also be mindful that we do not fall into similar patterns.
In spite of my leanings, I have to admit you're correct.
It takes time and it's often frustrating, but we'll get there in the end.
There's nothing I could do. And I still regret that.
That regret is what everyone faces when they're faced with something that they can't win immediately at. That regret will serve you as a cost to further better what you're trying to achieve. She either plays with these sort of headphones around her neck. You know, you see the little Sony Walkman kind of attached to her little satchel bag as well.
All right. And he'll just kind of glumly sit next to Abel because there were kernels of truth in there.
We'll look over. Trying to weasel your way in with Melanie. She's a tough one to crack.
Personally, I started out just wanting to hear her speak.
Like I said, Melanie's a tough nugget. That's why she's the beta.
Wise choice.
Hmm. She's always been the wisest of us, so I listen to that sometimes. Mostly. A few times. Probably.
Every now and again.
When it suits me. Smirking. We take a swig. When she adopts that Silverfang stare, then it's like, oh, I better listen.
It's certainly a thing to behold. I'd never seen it before I got here.
He leans in. It's when they put their hands on their hips, then you know you're fucked.
Oh.
Mmm.
There's something I was meaning to ask you, though.
What's that?
You being who you are.
Me being who I am. What is the question of me being who I am? Remy.
Everyone on this sept could hear your mother for miles.
Mm-hmm. That's how my mom do. She's loud.
I mean, you're her son. Do you know what happened?
And from what I heard, she's doing what a warder usually does. Put people in line. Who fuck up. She runs a tight ship. Always has.
More's the pity to whoever crossed her.
I hear it was the bumbly little ditzy Theurge.
The Omega.
The Omega, yeah, that one. The one who thinks it's okay to speak to Kin in Hispo form. Yeah, that ditzy mess.
She what?
Yeah, hear about that?
I was running around quite a bit, Raya.
Oh, wait till you get a load of this. So apparently, from a girl I know, they were at the beer garden, and old Ditz Brigade walked up to her in Hispo and started trying to speak to her. The poor kinfolk didn't know what to do about fur and foxes.
Wait, she actually managed to form words.
I mean, I've seen some guru that can do that. I've seen like guru that can like in Hamid form turn their hands into like Krynos hands. Do you know what I mean? You can do finicky things, but it doesn't come out the way you think it does. If you get me, it's more like you know.
Oh, it just never occurred to me to.
It's tough. I wouldn't recommend it. It has a hit or
Um,
miss ratio. So from what all the kinfolk heard was fox, fur. Rah, rah, rah.
I'm already having memories of trying to talk into that goddamn radio.
So poor fucking kinfolk had no fucking clue what to do. So she's like I'm assuming she thought she was a lupus or something. So she told her there's fur down the laneway.
Huh.
And Ragnar apparently swooped in.
As Ragnar does.
I mean, it's a ragbash. Kind of your shit, isn't it?
Well, it is our sacred duty to break
Swoop
these things up when they get to a point.
to swoop.
We are quite adept at swooping.
No, I know. I've seen you. You just swoop. Like, poof. I swooped.
No, everyone in the public housing could hear what was going on. Not distinctly, mind you, but it was loud and the tone was conveyed.
I'll put it like this. That girl's lucky she's not been used as a training post for the next 3 days.
That kind of thing I heard about.
Yep. Don't worry. If my mom has an open door policy, if she finds her coming to her again with a fuck up, boom, well, the Omega will be used as a training post for the next 3 days.
Right, the most I see of your mother is when she tells us to go out on our patrols and when she tells us to go away.
I mean, she's a warder. She's around. She's just got shit to do.
I mean, absolutely, you don't see me bothering her with nonsense.
Exactly, and you're a smart boy for doing that, so.
Look, SEPT officers are busy people.
Mm-hmm.
They have things to do that are more important than whatever I might have in mind, unless I'm literally coming to them with something that is directly of the business of their position.
Yep, that's usually how SEPT officers be.
And frankly, that does make Gru like you the closest we can get.
Like me, eh? Smart guy.
Rising Foster and on the way to Adrian, not currently in a set position. Yes, you are the closest we can get.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
You've heard what's going on with me, yes?
Oh, I heard you're getting married. Yeah, I know. Heard about all of that. Got yourself a Redmond girl.
Yes, she's quite nice.
Be careful. I heard those Redmond girls bite.
Well, she hasn't bitten me yet.
Oh, well, and you're lucky. Pat pats his knee.
I mean, what's a little blood if it's in good humor?
Probably. I don't know. Just hope you feel that way when she bites. Just rar.
No, I've had some chances to speak with her. She's a lovely young woman.
Sure she is. Usually good people.
Do you have much experience with the Redmond family?
On again, off again. I've seen a couple of them. Not heard a couple of stories. You know, It's that sort of thing.
Okay.
I mean, there's one Fenrir Rune Alice, but she was mainly on Charlotte's lot. She was all right. She's good people. Um, didn't have an issue with her mainly. She's been on a couple of missions with her, and she held her own. So she died honorably. So what? Yeah, just gives a shrug. Pretty standard of Rune affair, really.
Hmm.
Mainly hung around the Trimbinsons though, but it's how runes be sometimes.
Twice as bright and twice as short.
I mean, I suppose like she was trying to get in the pack with Charlotte, and since Charlotte is marrying into the Trimbinsons, I can understand why she'd want to the Trimbinsons. I must befriend them. So she gives a half-hearted shrug. People gotta play dirty when they want to know when they want to impress their alpha.
I suppose so.
Just gives a shrug, but no. From the get perspective, from what I heard, she's a pretty stand-up gal. It's only Redmond I really met. I've just heard the stories, Galliard shit.
I mean, all I've heard is stories anyway. Like it
They,
was just us all since on Spring Mountain.
well, there you go. We are brothers in knowing about stories of other people that we don't know really shit about.
Yeah. Oh, I imagine as things progress, I'm probably going to get to know the Redmonds quite a bit more.
Yep, have fun with that.
I intend to.
Smirking.
No, right now I'm just trying to get to know her and assure her that I intend to take care of her and not be an asshole.
That's good. It's always good.
You know, I mean, I can appreciate the position she's been put in. You know, she doesn't know
Well,
me.
well, that is a good thing to do. It's always important to know each other, even if it is arranged. Might as well spend the time creating that bond.
What about you, Ryan? You got anything on the horizon?
Not yet.
Really? Imagine to be fighting over you.
Not yet.
Hmm. Suppose you just have to give it time.
Probably. It's more busy.
Both the solution and the problem.
These things usually come when you get to like an Adrian or something in the high bloodline. So just gives a absent-minded shrug, lights a cigarette. We'll see what princess I'll end up marrying, probably.
Oh, you know it's going to be a princess.
Look over, it's always a fucking princess.
Oh, come on. It doesn't have to be just a princess. You could
It's
be her
always,
knight.
it's always. I'm not Leaf Ulrichson. Jesus, Remy rolls his eyes.
Oh, come on. Not all knights are the exact same.
No, I'm not going into that romantic spiel. No, it'll come when it comes.
Fair enough. You're an upstanding get offenders. I have faith.
I'm glad you have faith.
You gotta have faith, right?
I know. It's kind of my job as the Gallia, the provider of said faith.
Well, if anything comes up, just let me know. I'll probably be coming around a little more often anyway.
Oh,
Like to
really?
stand a little closer to the fold.
Oh, really? And what's that brought that on? Getting all close and cozy.
I'm in Olsen and you're in Ulrichsen and we're around the same age.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what else am I gonna do?
I don't know. What else are you gonna do?
Probably talk to even more Oaksons.
Which orphans?
Perhaps leave Marcel. Same people you see me talking to, right?
Seen you talking to a lot of people. Predominantly Black Furies, mainly.
Indeed. It's very curious. I've never seen Black Furies before.
Nods.
I mean, try to appreciate this from my perspective. On Spring Mountain, we had two things. We had the Ghetto Fenris, and I've grown up steeped in that honorable culture. Obviously, I approve. I joined. Happily. And then we had the lieutenant down the way who were mostly trying to kill us.
Sounds shitty.
It was very shitty. They, we provided strength and drive to take and hold land, and they did everything in their power to make us regret that. Theirs was a protracted strategy of constant torment.
Sounds fun.
I'm sure they had fun.
Probably.
Definitely. But no, I figured it was right to spend more time with my people.
That's good.
Be seeing you soon, right?
Sure.
Until we meet again.
Just gives a nod of the head.
And he heads down the way. And because the topic came up, he'll start heading towards the public housing.
You can do that. Let me get to Annie Redmond. I'm assuming you're going to see.
Yeah.
Let me get that kinfolk thing.
Okay. Runs over to Neri. How do I woo women?
There you go. There be Annie.
I'll just lean against the door frame and knock on it.
Yeah, she opened the door.
Hey,
Hey,
how are you today?
pretty good. Getting used to the place.
Well, time was getting on, and I know I'm hungry. Do you want to get something to eat?
Sure, yeah, if you wanna.
Okay. I've got some things. How about I cook us something?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Just smiles the Raimi smile. That, like, I might not have much of an appearance score, but it's supplemented by my pure breed smile. And he'll start heading towards the kitchen.
It follows along.
Raimi is not the accomplished cook here, and he is not the demented culinary mind that was Yolana. Made the Tower of Babel never rise again. But he knows enough about what he's doing to sear venison with some spices that someone was probably just unfortunate enough to leave out. And we'll fry some vegetables in butter.
She just
Pretty
sits there
simple.
politely. Yeah, she sits there politely, kind of nervous, but polite.
And when he's done with that, he will portion out the servings like the normal human amount, guru amount. Set all the pans aside. You been getting used to the sept?
Mostly.
Mostly.
It's a lot of open space. Compared to Wisconsin, there a lot of open space.
Huh.
Everybody's here, you know. Most of Wisconsin, from what Sarah said, were in the Umbra, so I didn't really know what was going on with that. We saw
Ah,
people,
yeah.
but not a lot. You just really kept to your own, you know what I mean? Kinfolk-wise, at least.
Oh no, people are all mixed in here.
I mean, I met other people from other tribes and all that. It's just, you know how it is.
Oh, yes and no. See, up at Spring Mountain, just get a Fenris. So this is all new to me too.
That's good. At least getting the hang of it.
At least pretend to.
It could be worse, eh?
Oh, a lot worse. No, somehow, some way, all of these people manage to stand together.
Well, that's good at least.
There's actually a lot of places around here. Uh, I know a little to the north. There's a high clearing and deeper woods past that. There's the crags. It's beautiful but dangerous. All of those rocky, all that rocky terrain, but it's thick mist. Hard to see where you're going. There's a lot of places here. There's a place a few of the tribes made. Um, Anybody told you about the ruin of God? What was it called again? The Forgotten Ruin of Happiness, something like that.
Sounds like a hippie place.
Apparently, it was founded by a child of Gaia.
Oh, that explains everything.
If you ever want to see tie dye in living color, pretty much everything there.
Nah, I'm good. Just give a smile. I done enough of that in college.
Fair enough. No, I just go there because there's a lot of beer. No, I've had a lot of time in what accounts for the wilderness out here. It's quite beautiful, really.
That's pretty good then. Might talk to a couple people and yeah, just nods to herself.
Yeah. Other kinfolk, I assume.
I mean, I probably have to talk to them Theurges. You know, particularly if you want to inspect like the flora and fauna and all that. They're usually the best people to go look at.
True.
So probably want to talk to them eventually.
Mm. Spoken to a few. I would say that Leitrimbusin and Forgotten Earth are probably the most direct. They just want to know what you want in the clearest words possible and no more.
I'll probably talk to y'all's keeper of the land, or as they call it. You know,
Oh,
she'd be
yeah.
kind of the leading authority and all that.
True. True.
So I'll probably just look for them.
No, they shouldn't be too hard to find.
Just give us a nod. Probably not. That's usually their job anyway, so I'll just, be polite. Yeah.
You'll do fine.
Just give a nod.
I have to admit, from time to time, I've thought about the fact that I really can't live in this housing forever.
Oh, well, that's good at least.
Problem being, I know next to nothing about how to build a cabin.
Build.
I
I
toyed
hear
with
that.
the idea.
I hear they got a nice suburban area here.
You know what they do?
Just nods to herself, like, "Yep, that idea is now planted. Mission accomplished."
You know that there's a pack that lives in the suburban area, and I happen to know a member of that pack.
Oh, well, that's great.
So if anyone would know about the situation in terms of houses on the market, it'd probably be them.
Oh, well, I'm sure you'll handle it.
Definitely. No, Marcel's a good man. Ulrichsen.
That's good. I've heard some stories.
Hmm. Well, you've certainly sparked my curiosity.
I mean, he's an Adrian. You don't not hear stories about Adrian Orixons, you know?
Ah, those kinds of stories. Yes, yes, they've traveled far.
I've heard of like a few of them, so she gives us a shrug, sips whatever tea she's holding.
It's heart's fire. There are more teas than you can shake a broom at. That's
Well,
fair. I'll defend.
what were you expecting me to say?
Um, Frankly, I don't know. I mean, I know that Guru hear a lot of the epic tales, the ones Galliards like to sing. I also know kinfolk talk.
I mean, I don't know none of the kinfolk here, so
Fair enough.
as she rolls manip subterfuge.
I have to
Not her
decide if he's
strongest.
too blinded by the Scarlett Johansson to like try to see through it.
She's not the best liar, however.
You know
That is
what?
with her pure breed. That fails.
You know what? I'll roll. There's a chance I could fail or botch empathy.
She's not a liar. She's got that charisma, but not a liar.
No,
Yeah,
two.
she kinfolk talk, Remy. He's just
Kinfolk
politely
talk.
like, not gonna mention anything.
You know what? Kinfolk talk, but she doesn't want to tell him, so he's going to leave it alone.
It's pretty much the impression with the empathy is that it's not that she doesn't want to tell him, it's not, she thinks it's not her place.
Um, you do hear things. I can tell you right now that given our situation, you're never going to you're never going to regret telling me. I'll put it that way. Um, uh, how do I put this? We from here on are in this together. Think of it as a partnership.
It's not. I mean, they're the Oricsons and we're the Redmonds and you're an Olsen, so it's kind of not my place to talk about the people that are, commander in chief.
Um, hmm. I could, I can understand that.
I mean, it's just, nerves and all that.
Of course. No, my personal opinion is that
I mean, if
it would.
you say it's all right, I don't know really.
I think it's all right, but
Roll
I
that.
care a lot more about what you are comfortable with.
I mean, roll that manip expression if you want to convince her, Rem.
Rem will Rem roll manip expression.
Don't forget your pure breed. I know you have some.
I will never forget my pure breed. It's the crux on which upon this rock I build my church. So that's a healthy pool with the pure breed. And one.
She'll take a sip of the tea. I just heard that he had a bad marriage.
Any idea to whom?
One of the Trimmerson girls. Apparently, it didn't end too good. You know, first change, not too good.
Yeah, first changed. Don't
Um,
suppose you caught a name.
let me think. Think and take a sip of the tea, and I will roll her intelligence. I don't know. Jackie, Jane. I don't know.
It certainly explains some things that I've encountered.
Like I said, I heard just it was a bad situation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know the exact details. I just heard it didn't end nice. I mean, you know, first change, and I can't imagine it would.
Yeah,
So, apparently, she'll lean over. It's meant to be a big, you know, groundbreaking thing. Forget me.
and then she first changed.
She gives a nod, so you can imagine how that went.
Like I said, it explains some things I've seen with him.
I mean, that's all people have really talked about. I don't know the details of the marriage, but I just know how it ended.
More than likely, that's all we need if it's become this quiet.
Like I said, I just heard it on the past, on the by and by.
No, I appreciate it. You've lent me some insight.
I mean, it's kind of what people talk about, really. It was kind of meant to be, you know, a real cementing block for the Trimbertons and Oricsons.
Explain some of the tension. I'll tell you this: if we're socializing with him, that is definitely a sore spot for him.
I mean, I'm not gonna walk up to her in a room and go, "Hey, let's talk about your ex-wife. How was that going for you, darling?" Oh,
No, I'm
Remy,
saying the very
Remy,
mention.
most of my family were ruins. I know how to tiptoe around big, angry vessels of rage.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, I had numbers of brothers and cousins, and they were all the rooms, Remy. All of them. There was more
Wow, really?
fighting than them. There was a lot of ruins in our family. Some Galliards too. A lot of some occasional Philodoxes.
Huh.
Sarah's the first theater that we've had in over about 20 years.
Fair enough. Also, wow.
So, yeah, I mean, just look around. We're kind of the frontline folk.
That's what I heard.
I mean, my cousin Alice came up here and, well, she became an agent and then she died.
Abel spoke well of her.
Some of the family have good opinions, some of them don't. Just how it is.
Okay.
Just how it is. Takes a sip of the tea.
Well, I will definitely make it a point to go ask Marcel if there's someone I could talk to.
That'd be great. Be nice to live in my own house.
I never imagined myself being a homeowner.
Well, imagine neither of us Imagine being here.
True enough.
So, just better make the best of it.
Definitely. And the rest of it isn't very pointed. I can tell already. It's like there's gonna be some small talk, and Raimi will do the
Mm-hmm.
dishes.
Okay, yeah. After she gets up and does this, she should just politely excuse herself unless Remy's wanting to say anything to her before she leaves.
No, like this has been a nice evening,
All right,
and
and all right, Annie Redmond. Let's see. I'm gonna roll something for her because she is tempted to ask something. Ooh. Look over. Yeah, she stops by the door and watches Remy as he washes his hands after the dishes. Like flicks some of the hair out of her face. Um, are you in a pack?
I'm trying to be.
What pack?
I was planning on joining with Charlotte Sullivan.
Heard of her.
Me too.
No, I mean I heard about her. So she nice?
She's fair.
But she nice to you?
Yes.
Not. Any others in there?
Um. From what I know, there's a man called McDuncan.
She
They
make
also call him the Flying Scotsman.
she makes a face.
Ah, I see. You too have heard the bagpipes.
No, no. I just know that's the Fiona. I ain't a big fan of Fiona.
Some trouble with them.
The O'Neill family and our family have a lot of tension back in Wisconsin.
Uh, well, his last name isn't O'Neill.
Well, that's good. At least I don't have to kick him.
At least there's that.
Smiles.
He knows how to drive a boat.
Is he drunk when he's doing it?
No, he was quite sober and very excited.
Oh, well, that's convenient. That's unusual for them. And she puts her hand over her mouth, realizing that, oh,
Raimi
oh,
laughs. Raimi actually just laughs.
I should not have said that. That was not very, ladylike.
It's just us.
Still, that's, coughs like,
Um, there's also a black fairy Theurge named Melanthe.
Black Fury. That exact sudden tone as well. It's like, oh, wow.
Very, very small.
Is she gonna go all
Like,
lesbian on me?
I don't know her well enough to determine that.
Or is she gonna tell me I'm gonna change my ways because I'm gonna get a fair skin folk?
She didn't strike me as that type. No,
Oh, thank God. She's not. It's like, oh,
no. Everything I've seen of her mind is almost 100% towards the spiritual.
oh, she wanna, oh, just throw her hands. Okay, cool. I won't ever see her then.
Probably not. No.
Nods.
There are
Anyone
some
else?
other people trying to join with me.
Is that creepy
So,
fella that hangs around your door?
uh huh. Wilhelm.
That's why we're getting our own place. Just walking out. Look,
Uh,
you can live with your pack all you want. Just I'm not having a creep outside my door, or I'll end up shooting him.
I will warn him away lest he be shot.
Well, thank you. I don't want to do that. I'll be not very ladylike.
Uh, He'll respect your wishes, believe me.
Okay, it's just that was a bit weird. I poked my
I,
head out and I just saw him. He was like tapping at the door, going, "Let me in, let me in."
there's last but not least, there's Geta Fenris Theurge. You might actually know her. Her name's Sylvie.
Sylvie, I do know that. Yeah, she's Sarah's friend.
Yes, she's the
How's she doing?
Omega.
Give it a smile.
I guess how she's doing is like she's the Omega.
What's that mean?
Um,
Is that like was it Alpha?
it's like the opposite.
Oh, oh.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not too bad. At least she got a title.
indeed.
Well, there you go.
It's not a permanent position technically, but it's a necessary and sacred one.
Nods, blinks. You ever gonna get a title like that?
Depends on what happens.
I mean, which one do you want?
Ideally,
Yeah.
I'd like to be a beta.
Why's that?
The alpha often makes the big general decisions about what's going to happen, but it's more times than not the beta's responsibility to oversee how it happens. And frankly, I feel that how is very, very important.
But lean over. So really, and I'll put this into perspective as Charisma Empathy comes in as she applies her social trade. You're the one in charge, you're just not the one saying it.
He just smiles.
Well, good. Keep at that.
I intend to.
Besides, it's much more attractive to realize you're the one pulling the strings, and then they don't even realize it. She smiles to herself, she walks heading towards the room. A bright, happy smile.
Indeed. Until we meet again, Annie Redmond.
Well, I'm just by your door, so gives the little like finger wave and goes inside.
He waves back, and when she is in her room, he realizes that for like a split second, he looked at the butt and goes to find Marcel.
Marcella looked at her ass. Well, that's stares.
Just the longest, the bringing up the Trimbuson level stare. I mean, we don't talk about that.
Yeah, you find Marcel at his mountain.
Raimi knows Marcel Mountain pretty goddamn well because since he trains with the Ulrich, since he's been up and down this motherfucker more times than he cares to remember.
Just
Carry the stone,
you see
Raimi.
him sitting there staring.
He's pretty. Raimi's not hard to spot, unlike Mini Ragabash, and he even waves like a fucking dork.
He doesn't wave back. He just stares.
It's okay. Raimi just comes up and, hello, Ryan.
Hello, Remy.
Oh, if you've got some time, I came to ask you a couple of things.
Nods. What is it that you wish?
Your pack, they have a pack house in the suburbs, right?
We do.
Well, it occurred to me, my betrothed is very interested in us settling down in that neighborhood. And I don't know anything about buying houses, but I know they have to be on sale first. And since you are in the neighborhood, I was wondering if you knew anything about some possible. I can't do that. I can't.
It's the level of just stare you get.
Some possible homes that might be on the market in the near future, depending on when the wedding occurs. Probably be moving into a place of our own at that point.
Um, uh, hmm.
Or alternatively, if one of your packmates might know.
There is 5 minutes of silence, thinking, discussing with packmates. The person you need to speak to would be with my alpha.
Carves a path.
He does a lot of real estate in that area.
Wow, that is. I don't necessarily believe in coincidence, but wow.
It is what glasswalkers do.
I would love to meet him to discuss that if he had the time.
Oh, I always have the time, Remy.
And Raimi, who's literally descended from snakes, he's just like, what?
Remy faints. Oh,
Just slowly rotates around like, don't believe in coincidences indeed.
oh, Marcel was having a panic attack, so I came running. It's a very alarming thing.
I hadn't meant to cause a panic
Oh
attack, right?
no! I mean, you asked to get a finish a rune about real estate. Puts his arm around Remy. God, that suit. Whew.
It just feels like money.
Yeah, exactly. He puts up against you. It's like that is Arabian. Oh, I'm so rich. You know what I mean? Ooh.
Don't even know where someone gets such a suit.
He mentioned that a young little ragabash is getting all married and they would need a home. And well, I'm always in the neighborhood for a good old home.
Definitely. I understand home buying can be a protracted
Oh,
process.
it's a very difficult process. You gotta pick the right home for you, for more importantly for her, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, definitely. She's the one who.
Oh, I bet she was. I heard she's a fine southern lady, so I bet she'd come up right up on you and said that she wants a home and she wants it now.
She definitely expressed interest. Yes.
Oh, that's the first stage, my boy. First stage. First it's the
Maybe.
polite little incline, and then eventually she's gonna pull you aside, and well, you really will know a southern lady.
Oh yeah. She definitely told me that one of the things she most certainly wants here is just a home of our own.
Oh, Marcel, look at him. He's all love struck as well. Oh, Marcel has a stone face for stone faces.
It's just imagining.
There you go.
It's so perfect for all occasions.
Well, Remy Olsen, from what I heard, deed name was a Sidewinder.
Yes, Ryan.
Oh, I knew. I always love it when I get it right. And you're a Cleith, you're a Ragabash, and you are all the way from leans in Water Springs, was it?
Spring Mountain,
That
Nevada.
was it. I knew it was something like a volcano, a waterhead. Smiling.
Yeah, I came up north when I
Came up north to be a part of everything, from what I heard from certain people.
yes, yes.
Oh, and I do admire that, Remy. I do like that attitude. You're not Southern, are you? That name is, got that rich Southern vibe to it.
Well, Nevada's in the southwest.
Oh, I see. Pretty soon you'll all be saying y'all eventually.
Sooner or later.
Oh, that's how it goes. But you said you're looking for a home. Are you looking for a home for you and your wife, or you and your wife and you in a pack yet?
I'm working on it.
Oh, I bet you are. Clever little boy like you, from what I've been hearing.
But no, this home would just be for me and my wife.
Oh, don't want that little creepy little ragabash skulking outside your door?
He is certainly possessed of a tenacity.
Oh, it's always good to have men like that, you see, Ram Ram. Mind if I call you Ram Ram?
It's fine.
Oh, beautiful. I love when everyone goes with my nicknames. You always gotta get a guy that's loyal like that. But the question is, you gotta ask yourself, Remy, who's he gonna be loyal to? You or the person giving the order? Because you're a ragabash. In his eyes, you're the one that's gonna be questioned. And also, I heard he's a ragabash, so who's giving the order to each other?
Well, he's certainly given his opinion on the topic pretty often.
Oh, I bet he has, because guess what? You're both ragabash. You gotta compete with each other now, boy.
He says his loyalties to the pack, and
Oh, there it is. The golden answer, Remy. The golden answer.
so far he's been nothing if not helpful.
Oh,
Supportive.
but I bet he is. But here's the question. I know it's plagued your mind. I can see you ticking and turning like a little serpent that you are. How far that loyalty's gonna go?
Oh, won't know that till I see it, Ryan.
Oh, that's a very astute answer, Remy. I like it already. See that, Massa? He gives me answers, unlike you. Massa the stone faces ever. I give plenty of answers. But like I said, you're buying for your wife. Annie Redmond from Court of Wisconsin. Now I heard she's a real beauty, and you're a lucky man.
I certainly feel that way.
Oh, you should. I heard she got the red hair. Red hair. That is a hell of a woman you're gonna be dealing with.
Oh, she's rather amazing. I do enjoy spending time with her.
Oh, look at that. I bet she is. Well, I'll tell you what. I got a property. I mean, I've got the just the one, but of course I don't want to. I'm not gonna shy you or anything. You could come visit, you view it, do all that thing, together if you want. It'd probably be a good idea around women. They like to visit the things, They like to nest, if you get me.
Yeah.
That's perfect. I usually do the sailing and all that, but my wife likes to show people around, so we kind of work as a team that way.
Amy nods. This is very in
So-
line with his view of these marriages.
So, well, how about we view the property? My wife shows you around all the extremities, all the things. Then, why don't you stop by for dinner? After all, we'll be neighbors. And I never don't invite a neighbor to dinner the first time they move in.
That sounds excellent, Ryan.
Oh, wonderful. I'll be sure to have my wife stop by with your wife, well, future wife. And I'm sure they can get along just famously.
Excellent.
And which pack are you thinking of joining there, Rama? If you don't mind me asking, of course. I mean, you could just tell me, well, I respectfully decline, but that'd be no fun, now, wouldn't it?
I intend to join with Charlotte Sullivan.
Oh, Charlotte Sullivan. Oh, my. Well, but joining with one of my own brood. Look at that, Marcel. Ingenuity at its finest.
Just smiling along. Like, there's two parts of him right now. One is the internal, just like, I could post the thing from big enough, like right now. Just,
So here's the question, Remy. What you work as?
I didn't catch that part, Torna.
What do you work as?
I spend 100% of my time in the nation, Raya.
Oh. Your wife does horticulture, am I right?
Yes.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Hmm. Leans forward. Now, from what I understand, horticulture around here only follows a certain affordability, if you get what I'm saying.
Yes.
However, claps his hands again. There is a solution, Remy.
Yes.
Well, my wife has been arranging a few things, and it's one of her investing businesses that she's looking for people to hire. This will be predominantly landscape gardening and all that sort of thing. I had as a job vacancy.
Oh, excellent.
Now, I might be able to suggest it to her.
Remy looks like he's following.
But, Remy, and here's the question. I'm not going to blackmail you or any of that. Jeez, I am not a shadow lord. I want you to understand that, Remy. But, if I put my name, if I whisper into my wife's ear, being like, Annie Redmond's a good fit. She's coming all the way from Wisconsin, and she's Southern. I was wondering, Remy, would you look for ways to pay me back, or would you take it as a token of gratitude?
Well, at that point, right, we'd be friends and neighbors.
Oh, well, we would be, but that's not the question, though, is it?
I pay my debts, right?
Don't act so. Remy puts his arm around him, pulls him in, and gives him a little squeeze. Don't act so glum. I'm not trying to shank you. Besides, it's your first time buying. I'm not going to do that. That's just cruel. I'm not cruel. I was just trying to get the caliber of your character.
Right.
Besides, if I was going to charge you extra with interest, I would have said so. Jesus, Remy. Throws his hands up in the air. So extroverted. Lean over. Besides, I helped out Charlotte and Sullivan's fiance, in fact. With a similar little thing.
I see.
Felix Trimbleson's a good guy. Very select set of skills. A very polite man.
I've met him.
Oh, he's a lovely man. Lovely man. Brilliant hair, I might add. I know you get a friends don't value that, but that man conditions.
Oh, I've certainly seen it for myself.
Hmm. Now, this is what I am offering to you, women. You're a Cleith, and I've heard some good things as a galleon. I've heard a lot of good things. And I know eventually you want to get to Boston, right?
I do.
So, here's the scoop. Now, I know Charlotte's going to have her opinion. She always does about these things. But, slide in. Remy, that man is... Jesus Christ, you can't even read him at times. He's just too fast
Yeah.
and too smiley.
Like, Jesus Christ.
I already have Felix Trimmerson working on the little thing for me. Smuggling, bringing in things, illegal stuff, I know, but for, leans forward with Remy, and Jesus Christ, man, his beak-like features are just, ugh. Wow, we gotta do dirty things, don't we?
Indeed.
I was wondering if you might give the little boy a hand with a few things I'm bringing in, and make sure they get in. We are at war, and I want certain supplies brought in for, well, considering Parfaity's back, and considering this nation, well, we need all the armaments we can get. And just because I am that nice, I do have a little scoop on where you can hit next.
Nods.
Now, Remy, I understand your Well, considering you're joining packs with Charlotte, you're gonna want to involve her on this. Hell, I had to have a good talk with Felix about involving her in all this. You smile. I was wondering, could you keep a secret?
I can.
Are you that kind of man?
This is something I can do, right?
Oh well, if it helps you be working with Abel too. He
Maybe
supports
not.
me. Felix does the smuggler. Abel does the collector. It's a bit of a tension, I know. They have some sort of disagreement or something. Orcs and Trimson, they're always disagreeing. Ain't that right, myself? Oh, yeah. So I thought I would introduce an obligatory factor, which is you. I've heard all about you and your diplomatic ways, so I thought you could make sure this thing goes as smooth as possible for me.
This I can do.
Oh, well, wonderful. I will consider then you doing this for me. I will whisper into my wife's ear. I will make sure that that property is yours at a reasonable price, and you can pay me the rest back with a lot of jobs here and there. Nothing serious, but just so you're leaning, just so your pride isn't hit. Because pats the shoulder.
Right, there are worse things you could have done than to ask an Olsen to work with an Ulrichsen.
Well, don't I know it? But I wouldn't do that, Raymond. You see, I lack fairness. And after
Nods.
all, leans in. I heard what you said to Abel the other day. And oh man, does that excite me? Did you mean it?
I say a lot of things to Abel, right?
Oh, I love this game. Did you really mean it when you criticized him like that?
Well, as I explained to him, it is my job to either make him think twice about whatever course he's taking, or if he looks at the situation, at what I'm saying, and he decides that's the course, then that's the course.
And what do you really believe apart from your ragabass duty there, boy? Do you really think he will?
I only know when he does it.
Oh, very good answer. Very Olsen answer, if I might add. That's good. I've learned a lot. So, I'll make sure all the paperwork's finalized. In fact, I'll probably get it done by tonight, depending on how Michelle's feeling.
Oh, thank you.
I'll make sure she calls over to your wife and they can chat like southern peas. But I'll make sure Marcel here. Actually, no, Marcel wouldn't do this. Wildfire will give you the details about when the shipment's coming in.
All right.
Now remember, pats his cheek. Gotta keep it secret because I don't know about you. You look around, all like playing with his hands. I know a lot more than people let on, especially when it comes to everything.
I believe you.
Smart boy. Give Charlotte my hello. She has not come to see me in some time, and I do miss that pudgy, angry face.
I'll be sure to.
And do say hello to my Duncan. I've heard all sorts of good things about him and Melanthe. After all, can't kiss time the Black Furies, and I do hear. Clicks his hands together. She's paying a visit to Wisconsin soon. He starts smirking to himself. He's walking down the mountain.
Of course, Raya. And he waves until we meet again.
Oh, don't you worry. I'll hear all about it.
And he just watches, carves the path to leave. And he turns around and just looks at Marcel.
You are
Until we
probably
meet
better.
again, Rhino.
You're probably better not speaking of this. He will know.
I believe you.
That is my advice.
I appreciate you giving it.
Charles is a good person. If she interferes, it will be difficult. She has already insulted him enough. She is nice. That is why I'm giving you the warning. Stands up.
She'll find out about the house soon enough.
Houses are houses. Business is business. We both know there are two different things.
We do.
If she can, you lean over. She accepted her fiance buying a house from him. Does she know about the business?
I'm not sure.
That should be something you think on then, Ragabash. And keep that in mind. It is easier for you.
Just nods.
After all, your job is glory in the nation as a get offender. So he's walking by to go sit on the other side of Marcel Mountain to look at the birds.
Remy lets him go and head down over to Charlotte.
Charlotte is inevitably somewhere. I hadn't really thought about what she's been doing this whole time.
He's just passing by her very casually with his hands in his pockets. And without even breaking stride, reaches out and pats her shoulder and says, carves the path, says hello.
She glances up as he comes by. Flicks a glance over. Oh, hey, shoulder pat. And rolls things because...
Yeah, Remy's just going to keep walking.
Oof. Oh. She knows somewhere. Or else we'll see this and giggle if she makes a face. God damn it. Like a fucking schoolboy. So yes, I'm rolling for this very brief interaction. Oh, it's a really bad roll. There's a bit of a scrunch. Just like, what? She tries to play it off as more puzzled than annoyed, but that will look like, oh, awesome, essentially. And she kind of looks at it, he just keeps going, and she's just like, oh, takes a glance around. Because she can't imagine a comment like that comes unprompted. God damn it. And when she sees nothing, just goes back to her iPad and her work. Just periodically glancing up because, god damn it, he's going to do that thing and he's going to appear right behind her the second she drops her guard and makes a face.
And Remy goes to his room, opens the door, sits down, plays his guitar.
All right, dare I ask if there's any more we mean to do?
I'm good.
No, Charles is safe for now. But just know that this was carves the path the entire time you made that face.
Giggling like an idiot. She made just the slightest little scrunch face.
Yes, no, that's everything. Me.
Me. Well then, until next time.